Hey, great day. I want to talk about the CRM. I know I keep beating this in your head, but I have a good reason. I keep coming across business owners that are either having trouble finding clients, keeping clients, and maintaining the relationships they have with their previous clients. And I keep talking about CRM and how important it is. And I keep coming across so many business owners that still don't have a CRM, a customer relationship manager system. And it is a lot cheaper to keep and maintain the clients and the leads you already have versus trying to go out and find new ones. And you want to stay in constant communication with people that already know, like, and trust you. And a lot of my clients, same thing. They've come from word of mouth. My previous clients have referred me. And so I have to make sure I stay in contact with those individuals, not only to keep serving them, but to also help their friends and family. And because they know how my processes and systems work and that I've created results for them, they know and they're confident that I can create those same results for their friends and family. Versus me going out to find a new stranger that has no idea who I am, what I've done, where I've been, and trying to sell them on working with me. And so just having a simple CRM system and automating some of those processes will allow you to stay in contact, whether it's text message, phone call, email. And some of my coworkers, associates, previous teammates, they're all over the country. Some of them are all over the world. And so depending on what your industry is, you're going to focus more on email or phone calls or text messages based on who your clients are. Because some clients, they're always working, they don't have access to their phone, right? So you're going to send them a text message, that way they can respond later. Or someone might be always working with their hands, so again, they can't answer phone calls, so they might be able to respond to emails or text messages later. So depending on who your clients are, you want to be able to stay in contact with them in the manner that works best for them. And I also know that some people do prefer to speak to someone on the phone. I get that. But who really answers their phone anymore? Not very many people. And you know why? Because they have so many people calling them, soliciting sales calls, telemarketers, bill collectors, whoever the case may be. And so nobody answers their phone. So sometimes it's easier and more effective just to text message or email people. Especially if they already know you, more than likely your phone number is already going to be saved in their contacts, right? But if you're not constantly communicating with them, updating them on what's going on with you, providing something of value or information that they might not know that might be able to help them, that's going to help you stay top of mind. So if they need something again, they're going to be like, oh yeah, I talked to Joe Smith. He sends me those messages all the time. Let me call him because he can help me. You want to stay top of mind of your past clients so that they can either become a client again and or refer you to someone else that might need the same help or services or products that you provide, right? And I also see a lot where you've contacted a client or potential lead and you speak to them, they agree to meet with you or they agree to work with you for your services. And then maybe a week or two goes by, you follow up with them and they've already signed or started working with someone else. And so in your mind, you felt like, I already talked to this person. I had them in agreement verbally that we were going to work together. So because you didn't communicate with them in a week, someone else came in and said, hey, I can do this. Oh, I can do it better. Or, hey, or they're staying on top of them. So if you let them go by without speaking to them for a certain amount of time, you could potentially lose that lead or customer. And I know sometimes these people are your friends, associates that you've known for months, years, so you believe that they're actually going to work with you, but that's not always the case. And that's just business. Sometimes when it comes to business, that personal relationship you have doesn't always just solidify that person is going to work with you. You want to constantly be providing them value, information, so that number one, that helps build that trust and rapport in a business relationship versus a personal relationship. So if you're constantly providing them value, information, updates, checking in with them until you have that deal or agreement signed, they're going to start respecting you more as a business person just because you're providing that value on a consistent basis, and you're not taking that personal relationship for granted. So you want to start just, regardless of your relationship with your current clients, your friends, your family, business associates, former coworkers, etc., you want to have that same level of communication as if they were a new person that you didn't know, that you were trying to gain their trust. If you wanted them to get to know you, because same with me, I have so many people that know me from different industries. They don't know me, they don't know the whole story of all of my experience. So basically, for example, people that know me in real estate don't know I was an accountant previously, or people that were accountants don't know that I'm in real estate, or people that know me from life insurance don't know that I was in real estate, so you can't just assume that just because you have that history and friendship with certain people that they automatically know how you work, how you are professionally in the industry or the service you're trying to provide for them specifically. You have to still consistently show and prove that you can provide them value, fix whatever problem they have, give them the results they're looking for in the capacity that they need you to. So a CRM is a great tool in order to kind of show people who you really are, what you can do for them, and that you know what you're talking about. So people really don't use a CRM as much as they really could. And in the long run, it's going to hurt your business. Again, I know business owners who've had their businesses for years, decades, and they don't have any list, CRM, notebook of their past clients. So they're constantly trying to find new ones. And when I asked them, I was like, okay, well, why don't you just want to communicate with your previous clients? Send them an email, send them a phone call, send them a text message, to kind of see where they are, to see if they can use your services again. And some people are like, well, no, I haven't spoken to them in a while, so I don't want it to seem like I'm just calling them for money and business. And because that's what it's going to look like. If you're not constantly communicating with them over time, you're going to lose that relationship. Even if you find a new lead that's not ready now, they're not going to be ready for a while, right? It might be a year or two. You want to keep communicating with them until they are ready, because when they are ready, they're going to call you. And I remember I did that when I had my home before. I kept receiving this business card from a realtor. She lived in the neighborhood down the street. Kept receiving her business card, and I'm thinking, I just bought this house. Why are you sending? This was before I was a realtor myself. I'm like, why she keep sending me this card? I'm like, whatever. So I blew it off because I was just like, I don't know why she keeps sending me this. But then when it came time for me to actually sell, I was like, and I was a realtor at that time, I was debating whether I was going to sell it myself or actually hire a realtor to sell it for me, because I had emotional ties to the house, right? So it was harder for me to separate the business and the personal. But I remember thinking, where's that lady's card? Now that I need her, I don't even remember her name. I don't know what I did with her previous cards. So if she would have kept sending me her cards, by the time I was ready to sell, she might have been the first person I called, because she kept in touch with me. She was top of mind, and I didn't have a personal relationship with her. And sometimes when you do business transactions, sometimes you don't want to work with someone that you actually know. you want to keep some of that information private and confidential. So I get that. So you also can't assume that everybody that knows you is going to work with you, because they might want to work with someone who doesn't know them. But if she would have kept in touch with me, I would, and I remember I was like, where's her card? What's her name? So I say all that to say, it's like, you don't know when someone else is going to be ready for your services or for you. But if you continuously just stay in touch with them, stay top of mind, you might be that first person they call. So that's where a CRM is so important. And nowadays, you can send messages, emails for free. You don't have to put a stamp on something and put it in the mail, right? So like, there's no excuse to why you can't constantly keep up with someone, especially with nowadays, you can automate a lot of these processes. So I know I keep pushing the CRM hard, but it's because it's so important. You cannot not alone build a business without a CRM, you definitely can't grow a business without a CRM. And I don't care if your CRM is on a spreadsheet, if it's on a Google sheet, if it's on a Airtable database, if it's in an actual CRM system. Start somewhere and just start putting your leads, clients, customers in a system, in one place, so that you can contact them. I do prefer a system where you can automate emails, text messages, phone calls, those type of things, because it'll be easier for you in the long run. And you want to keep that pipeline of leads and customers going. And you don't have a lot of time to keep emailing your leads and customers every day. So if you have an actual system that could do that for you, that's the ideal scenario. But start somewhere. Start somewhere. And I will see if I can link my other CRM video around here somewhere where I actually talk more about what a CRM could do for you, what a good CRM could do for you. And I'm just wanted to come on and talk about this again because I keep seeing it happening and happening. And even those business owners that I see that do have CRMs, they're not using it. So some of them are free, some of them they're actually spending money on their CRM and they're not using it. They're not communicating with their customers. They're not asking for new business. They're not even asking for survey or feedback on their services. So that's another way you can not only improve your business, but stay in contact with your customers, provide them value, and also ask them for feedback so that you know what to improve on, what they like, what they don't like. And you can use that to improve your business as well. But it all comes down to communication and keeping track of when you spoke to that customer last, what was the last thing you offered them. In a good CRM, you can stay on top of that and your business will grow faster that way. And you won't have to work as hard trying to find new clients and new leads. I don't care what industry you're in. That works across the board. So thank you again for watching this video. If you haven't liked or subscribed to my channel, please do so. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. Check the link below, get my free business checklist to make sure you have the basic needs that you need for your business. Also, you can sign up for my free webinar that also talks about the basic functions of a business that you should definitely have in place in order for your business to maintain and sustain and grow in the future. Again, thank you, and I will see you on the next video.